spoken about a lot of things, including the state of hip hop. And now, and if I remember correctly, you were alluding to how you feel it's lost its substance. Talk about that for a second. How you feeling about today's hip hop industry, and when you make a statement like that about it losing its substance, why do you feel that way?
Because I remember coming in and even listening to the greats, it was like we had something to say. We had, it was character. We had topics. I feel that we lost a lot of that, and like everything is more like simple now. I know things never stay the same, so it was bound to happen. You know what I mean? But things don't stay the same. So you got the younger generation that's like when we did Cream, the other songs we did, we talked about the struggle. We talked about it and made it still where it was still cool. And
yeah, they talked about how rough it was.
Those are our biggest records. Now, when you look at the generation like right now, everything is like, negative females, and it's simple rap to me. Don't get me wrong. I'm down for a black man to always go get his money, black woman and everything. But I think there's ways that you can still go about it. You know what I mean? So once you get trapped in that world, it's like you become that, and that's all you know. See, when it comes to writing like raps that I used to do, that I do, it takes time. You got to sit at that table at least for me, because I'm a slow writer. It take me to get a good one out, maybe 4 hours. But sometimes it takes longer than that if it's really good, and you got to come back to it. These kids can just go in there and just do whatever. Long as they mentioning liquor, jewelry, cars, and women in there, it seems like, okay,
that damn liquor.
You know what I mean? And drugs. So, but I remember when I was going again, when we had Nas, Biggie Smalls, Mobb Deep, the Clan, everything, we had to really write. And it excited me when I heard of Nas or something because it inspired me. Now, it's like I know the generation is way younger, so I don't really get that much inspired except by my peers when I hear like Jada Kiss and these guys that keep me up on point. But it's really different. It's like you don't even got to be a rapper to make a hit. You know what I mean? You ain't got to be nothing. You could be a nobody and somebody could write it for you, or you just, and it's like you just a one-hit wonder.
It's bad.
You got the
could be some bum off the street.
It's like 15 of us.
You telling the truth.
In like 20, like in a 15-passenger van, we slaughtered on each other going to radio and sleeping on each other's necks and throats, just in an all-white van, just trying to get to the next spot. It was a struggle. These guys don't got to do that.
Got you. So this begs the question, Ghostface. Do you believe they just young, don't know no better? Do you believe the industry is to blame for the content that we seeing out there? Or do you believe that the young brothers and sisters, they sold out to get the money? And that's all they want to talk about. What do you think is what do you think it is?
I think social media. Played a lot on it.
That's why on some of those now thinking about some of those shows they had back in the day, they made the kids run all these laps and track and do all this crazy stuff because they just wanted to be famous. That's why they probably did all that. They made them do all that crazy stuff. Now I'm thinking about it, so they just want to get up there, get on TV. They don't want to be no rapper, no singer. They just want to get up there and get on TV. That's about it. So, like the one dude on the when they had the people trying to be wrestlers. I think he didn't. The one dude didn't want to be a wrestler. He just wanted to get on TV. That's probably why people got so heated and got so much damn heat. They was pissed.
Because you could just be. I seen stuff that like I wouldn't even expect to just take off, and it just take off but where's the raps? And it just made it so easy. So if everybody, I think, let me see, because if you got a lot of people liking, it just goes to where their mindset is at. It's their mindset as well, because like when I was younger, when I was like 15, 16, it was like I used to hang with the older guys, and it almost felt like, yo, you know what? My mind was there. Like I was like I was like an old young person.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? But
it
just seemed like somewhere down the line.
Gotta hear that.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Because it seemed like somewhere down the line, these kids just got stuck. But I can't really blame them. you got to blame the parent.
Right.
You know, because that's where it all comes from. Because they looking at us, they looking at them.
You also blame the media. You didn't like the way, you've been critical of the media's role in covering music these days. What's the issue with the media?
Because they just give it just it's just real quick. It's like, all right, take for instance, the media got, you know what? Even with the Drake and Kendrick thing, it's like with the one part of the media, it's like they going at it, right? Those are two black, they're brothers. You know what I mean? But it's like, and they amping it on though. And I know bad only was always good for the soul. You know what I mean? Just for whatever. But it's like, yo, God forbid one of these young men go out there and get killed. Since y'all was the one refereeing the whole situation,
yeah, that's too much right there.
The media and the DJs, it's like, then I can hear it right now. We gotta stop this. We gotta this, and we gotta that.
Right.
You know what I mean? And the media, and then I'm like, oh, now you want to sit there because you wasn't saying it when it was lit and it was just on fire, and y'all up there saying like we got 24 hours to go respond. You know what I mean? So. The media, it got its ways of playing, and people follow the media.
I will say this though.
Yeah, he said people will be mad for about a minute and pissed off, and then after a little while, those things just go back to normal until something else crazy happens. I see what I see what he means. You be hating that.
I will say this to you though. I get your point, and I'm in the media. You right. Hell, we ain't gonna sit up there in front and act like you ain't right. I get that. But what I would also say is that you got cats in the hip-hop industry that was pushing it too. Yo, this is what it was. This is how it always been. You battled. This was they were sitting up there egging it on. I mean, they were doing it more than the damn media was. What about them?
Exactly. I'm reading the comments, and you're right. And I'm just looking at it like, because every time like somebody passed away through violence, and it's like, yo, we got to, but y'all was just about to wait. Y'all was just waiting for this and waiting for that. So I'm like, yo, you know what? Let me just stay in my lane. And at the same time, I'm glad that I'm aware of the situation and how it, because sometimes some people can't see it. But you know what? I can see it, and I know where it's going. You know what I mean? So, but it's a combination of things with this generation that's coming into right now. Like, you know what I mean? And when they doing it, they're getting a little more personal. They digging up receipts and this and that. Before, when we did it back then, you had your LLs and this one and that one, and it was like, okay, it seemed like it was more fun. It was hip hop. Now it's, it is what it is now.
Yeah, the battle is supposed to be fun. I'm supposed to be talking about I'm gonna come up there and get you and all that kind of shit. How about that? But yeah, the rap it's different. Not just the 90s. Like you said, that people get sick of hearing about, oh, you keep talking about the 90s. No, it's not just the 90s. Early 2000s was all right too. And after, we got to the to me, the 2010s, that was it. I was finished then. But the early 2000s, you had who do you have back then? Jadakiss solo album, Styles solo, all the Block solo albums. You had 50 Mania. Fabulous was new at the time. Can't remember everything. It was 2000, 2001, 2000. Yeah, 2001, 2002, 2003, different than 2024. Oh boy, you wouldn't even. CDs are done now, but pretty much. But you wouldn't even pick up this. You wouldn't pick up this CD today just to smell it because it's garbage, most of it. And then the guys like Sky Zoo, Naru, and what's the other dude name? Afro. Like they don't pay them no mind, but there's something serious. They picking up the garbage. Like what's the name said? It's garbage. It's garbage. It's almost like it's gonna stay garbage. And